All right.
She used to be an actress.
Oh, really? Did she do anything out of scene?
And I think her biggest deal was she starred in a pilot.
Pilot? What's a pilot?
Oh, you know the shows on TV?
I don't watch TV.
Yeah, but you are aware that there's an invention called television, and on this invention they show shows, right?
Yeah.
Well, the way they pick TV shows is they make one show. That show's called a pilot. Then they show that one show to the people who pick shows, and on the strength of that one show, they decide if they want to make more shows. Some get chosen and become television programs. Some don't, become nothing. She starred in one of the ones that became nothing.
Ah, yes. Welcome to Couch Pilots, all of my friends. It's the show that dares to fly into the unknown territory of awful television, pilots of the past. My name is Jason, and with me as always, well, he has Betty Davis eyes. It's Captain Philip Ressisher. Good evening.
I was going to say that to you.
Say it to me right now.
You've got Betty Davis eyes.
No, you've got Betty Davis eyes.
She's got Betty Davis eyes. Now, a little foreshadow there. The pilot we watched today had Betty Davis in it.
And her eyes.
And her eyes. And her eyelids, which are humongous.
My eyes.
I understand that, one of her things was that she had beautiful eyes as a young person.
She is not a young person in today's pilot.
And her eyelids are humongous.
What do you think that is? How does that happen? I've heard of guys like they get their foreskin cut off. They get circumcised.
Yeah.
And then I know
That's
you're
the way
like,
I like
oh,
it.
high five that shit. But later they're like, I want my foreskin back. So they'll weight it down. They'll stretch out their dick meat to get it back over their cock
I did
head.
not heard that.
Do you think she did something like that with her eyelids to make them extra long?
I think it was just old age. Just make sure eyelids droop.
That makes much more sense.
And I also think that it wasn't so much her eyelids, but the makeup was from her eyelashes all the way up to her eyebrows.
Yeah.
So I think that's what made it look a lot bigger too.
Yeah, I agree. It's like a couple of curtains pulled all the way down, Right. Some long-ass windows. Oh, boy.
How goes it, my friend?
I'm feeling good. We're in the middle of summer.
Yeah, we are. We're actually getting into swimming weather finally.
Oh, thank God. It was so touch and go for a while, but we got this pool here at the Captain's Lounge. You got to jump in that pool, baby.
Sure. But we do have a problem.
What's that?
You've been gone for a few days.
Sure. Yeah, I haven't been around lately.
Right. But we had some more electrical problems at Air Force One. And
it's like every other month something's going on.
Oh no, that's exactly right. And actually, it just happened recently that it's like 2 weeks in a row something was wrong.
Okay, what's going on? What's up?
First of all, the dryer went out in the Captain's Lounge.
Did DSJ tell you about that?
Huh?
The DSJ, because he does all the laundry.
Yeah, well, he brought out my uniform, and it was sopping wet, and he had it hung up, but it was like sopping wet.
It was sopping?
It was soppy.
You got to put that through the spin cycle a couple times to get all that sop out.
No, it was completely soppy. And then come to find out the heat coil was bad on that, so we had to have that fixed. And I took it out of petty cash. I hope you don't mind. It was
how much was it?
To get fixed?
Yeah, out of the petty cash.
Well, because it got covered by insurance, our homeowner's insurance.
What kind of insurance is it?
Our home warranty.
Oh, okay.
So it only cost us $75.
Okay, so that's not bad.
Yeah, but then we have the electrical problem now that the outlet almost caught on fire again.
Good Lord.
So that's going to happen Friday. We have to see. So I don't know. It could be more than $75.
Just go easy on the petty cash, please.
Okay.
All right. Good Lord.
Well, I know a couple weeks ago you were talking about how much you really wanted to start making money. You didn't care about listeners, but you want to start making money.
I've never cared about the listeners, ever.
Right.
I just want money.
And so I'm kind of taking money.
Yeah,
But you know what? You got to spend money to make money. That's what Bill Gates told me.
Hold on. Two things. I don't know how paying for electrical things and spending money on that will in turn make us money / you met Bill Gates.
Sure. You didn't meet Bill Gates?
When would I have the opportunity to do that? When did you?
Well, I took some solo flights to make some extra money.
So you're making money.
I mean,
So you're making money, but you're taking money out of petty cash.
you call it potato, I call it potato.
But I've only ever called it a potato.
Why do they say? Who says potato? Have you ever met anybody that says potato?
Now, I haven't heard her say this, but my grandmother that we called on a month or two ago on the show, she's a British lady, and she does say tomato, and I say, "You old bat, it's tomato." USA A-OK.
Right. Did you say, your soccer team sucks? Women's soccer.
I did say that to her.
Weren't they the most arrogant? Like, I was kind of unproud to be an American. They're kind of cocky little cuntbags.
The USA girls?
Yeah.
Everyone gets caught up in this. Everyone likes to pretend that they like soccer, like when it's like peaking or when it's popular. No one likes soccer.
No, nobody does.
Nobody. The Mexican people who are in this country, they like soccer because it's in their godforsaken country. That's what they got down there. But here, no one likes soccer unless it becomes popular for like a couple weeks, and everyone pretends. I didn't see any of that fucking shit.
Or you live in Morton.
What? Why? People in Morton like soccer?
Oh, yeah. Soccer nutbags.
My grandmother lives in Morton.
Not the grandmother I know.
I only have one.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. I remember going to her house.
The British tomato one.
Yeah, the British tomato one.
I didn't see the girls act that way. I don't know.
Oh.
What are they doing that was so
You need to read articles.
No, I'm not doing that. What is that what they're doing? They're writing horrible articles?
Yeah, they're writing their own articles after their win.
Yeah, and they just sound real snotty in them?
Yeah.
Huh.
She's a very nasty lady. She's very mean. Anyway.
Congratulations to them.
A-OK, USA. Good job. Way to kick it. You guys are still making half the money you're supposed to be making. So
70 cents on the dollar as far as I understand.
Yeah, and you know me, that's fine to me. I mean,
how much do you think someone in the WNBA
WNBA. I bet you there's a couple of them that make maybe $75,000 a year.
Can you name one WNBA player? In any time?
Lisa Lampanelli.
Nope.
Oh.
That is a female comedian. All right.
Michelle Jordan.
I don't know that one.
Well, I might not be wrong.
This is one I know. Cheryl Swoops.
Oh, yeah. I remember Cheryl Swoops.
And there was like a Leslie something, right?
Yeah. A Leslie Peach Basket, I think is what it was.
Peach Basket? I've never. Okay, I'm
Peach
thinking
Basket. That's how basketball started. That was the joke. That's what basketball started. You just left me.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
What are you doing with brown today?
I'm wearing brown.
A lot of brown.
I got a brown shirt and brown shoes and brown belt, and then gray pant.
Okay.
Do you not like it?
No, I don't know why you're wearing a long sleeve shirt either.
Well, I didn't change from work, and I was dressing. I try to dress nice for work a little bit. Not always.
Make sure you take all your laundry with you because we can't do any here.
I was going to leave my laundry here.
Nope, we can't even wash it.
Will it be sopping or?
No, the dryer's fixed, but now the outlet wants to catch on fire. It gets really, really hot.
What if I bring my generator over here?
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay. Yeah.
Did you bring it with you?
Damn it, no.
A couple more things on the docket if you got time.
Yeah, all I have is time.
All right. I want to make sure that we're good for this weekend flying out to Phoenix for the Phoenix Online Class Reunion.
Phoenix. Man, that's where we went to school.
Yep.
I love going to Phoenix.
The class reunion is this weekend.
The what?
The class reunion.
For Phoenix Online?
Yeah. You didn't get this invite?
I don't know what that is.
Here, look at it.
What is this? Phoenix, you're cordially invited. Phoenix.
Why do you read one word and then go back to the first word and then read another word?
Cordially invited.
Okay, I'll do.
I'm sorry, my rating's very slow. Please read it to me.
So it's at the Lexar in Vegas.
Oh yeah, the pyramid.
Saturday night. So
I didn't get an invite for that.
Well, we graduated together. I just assume you got one. I mean,
my address hasn't changed since then.
Well,
I refuse to move.
It says me and a guest. So you want to? I'm assuming you're going to be my guest.
No, shouldn't your wife the
stewardess?
She should be your guest, right? And then I should get my own invite, and I should take my own a guest.
Do you want me to email Penelope, who was the class president, and find out what's going on?
You know what? She had in the class superlatives. I had her most likely to die in the next 2 years. She's still around.
That could be one of the reasons why you didn't get your invite. But I'll ask her. You want me to get hold of her?
That was a joke though. All those like fake class superlatives I did, where it was all mean spirited and shit. That was just for fun though.
Yeah.
You think people got pissed about that?
I would assume so. I will,
most likely to die.
Right.
Remember Catherine, most likely to ugly? Obviously, it's not real, but I made it up, and I put a lot of work into that. I put more work into that, those superlative pamphlets I put out than my final project.
And then there was that big oafy guy with all the little hairy guy. And
Duncan,
and he was most likely to be made over by the Fab Five.
Yes. Oh, I hate Duncan. I mean, Cards on the Table, really sweet guy, but just like
right, our online chats with him weren't that bad. He just started talking about Star Wars, and that's when I kind of went,
and then,
whatever.
Yeah, and I check out, and then I think you said nerd over and over again.
Yeah, and
copy paste. Yeah. Well, Duncan, I can't wait to see. Well, I mean, should I call someone? Should I send someone a Skype message about being invited?
Well, I have Penelope's screen name.
Yeah. God, I can't believe she's still alive. Okay, yeah. Give me her info.
All right.
And then I'll contact her. I feel like, I mean, we graduated at the same time. We're at the same ceremony.
Sure.
Okay.
I honestly, I kind of feel stupid because I feel bad for bringing this up because I thought
you look stupid. You're most likely to look stupid.
Well, you know what?
Remember that when you got that?
I laughed though. I laughed. I was like, you know what?
Thank you. You get it.
Yeah. I was like,
you get it.
I was like, this guy's a jokester.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to be. So, Billie Jean was crying the last day because I handed her all the leftover stacks of the superlatives, and it said most likely to be divorced and have an abortion. Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was in tears. I over the years, I think I have convinced myself they were like tears of joy,
sure,
like laughing. But
looking back
now,
like after you have sex with most women, it's tears of joy.
I guess. I guess that's right. I don't know. I'm trying to remain celibate.
Really? Is it like
just for the hell of it?
Like
just for the yell again?
Is it like a keto diet?
It's like no meat for this guy. No, keto is meat. It's no sugar, no grain,
no carbs.
Yeah,
no sugar. No. Hey, there's 3 things we don't talk about on this show.
Yeah.
No sugar.
Yeah.
No carbs.
Yeah. No cops.
No cops.
You know what I had for breakfast? Speaking of no carbs, I had a bagel and then a spinach and artichoke quiche. So almost entirely carbs.
So you're anti-keto.
I carb loaded at about 8:45 a.m. and almost fell asleep at my desk at 9:15.
Right, I was going to say. All right, yeah. So I mean, get a hold of Penelope. Obviously, I thought we would just fly together. You know,
as far as I'm concerned, that's still the plan. I'm going to get my tux out. I have to have DSJ run through the wash first.
It's going to be a soppy. Well, we just put it on the window. It'll dry out, air dry it.
Okay, that's fine.
Put it on the wing, like duct tape it to the wing.
Well, if we do that, we have to put something on the other wing to balance it out.
Well, I'm going to take my shorts, my swimming trunks.
You're okay. I don't know if you're wearing your formal shorts. Okay, take your swimming trunks, put them on the other wing. That'll balance it out. I'm planning on going.
Okay.
I have the piece of paper. It says I graduated. I should be invited. I'm planning.
You might want to you want to maybe scan that and send it to her because maybe she
scan what?
Scan your diploma.
They should have it on file.
Well, they should. I would hope so.
I don't want to dig through all my stuff to try to find the diploma that I definitely have.
How many documents do you have? Like, how much document shuffling do you have to do?
I save every receipt I've ever gotten. Today I was in the cafeteria at work, and they said, "Hey, would you like a receipt?" I said, "You're damn right."
Yeah.
I put it in my back pocket. I get home. I file it under cafeteria.
What?
Cafeteria.
I used to like having the salad at the old Caterpillar.
Urist. That's the name of the people who run the cafeteria, the Urist company.
Yeah.
I went there today, and they had. Here's a good topic of conversation. They had Papa Murphy's come in.
Do they not understand that they're losing money by bringing those other people in to?
Well, I think it's something to keep the morale of the staff up by having outside vendors in, and I think Urist/Cat gets 10% of the sales that they get.
Oh,
so they are getting a little taste of that hot action.
That's sweet Papa Murphy.
Papa Murphy, though. Do you like Papa Murphy's?
I don't think I've ever had. Is that where you have to make it yourself?
Yes.
So you just bought like a doughy raw pizza slice, and then what?
This is what I'll say about Papa Murphy's. It's a good pizza, but what the fuck are we doing cooking our own pizzas?
Right.
It's like going to McDonald's exactly and saying, "Can you give me a handful of frozen patties? I got to get them back to the house ASAP."
And I'll take a couple of stale buns and just give me one of those brown sacks of French fries that are frozen.
Remember Duncan's brother who was with us? He was Johansson, and he was most likely to stale buns.
To steal buns?
Stale buns.
Stale buns.
Yeah. Just you saying that
because he was a
reminded me of
chess
that.
player.
Yeah. But that Papa Murphy's I never understood. Good pizza, but my other theory is if there is a bad pizza, someone made a bad pizza on purpose because pizza is made of all the best things you want.
Sure.
So if you have a bad pizza, someone's like, I'm going to make a bad pizza and I'm going to give it to that guy.
On purpose, yeah.
So Papa Murphy's almost by default is a good pizza, but why am I fucking cooking my own pizza?
You think about it. The guys that came up with Papa's Murphy's, which was Papa and his son Murphy,
Right.
And they're like, our ovens are always broke.
Mm-hmm.
We can't have a pizzeria if our ovens are always broke.
Right.
And Papa was like, Murphy, I got it. I got a great idea.
He's an Italian guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he says, we make it a pizza, and we sell it a pizza. We don't cook it a pizza. And Murphy was like, you know what, Dad? And it'll look like it's cheaper to the customers. Like, ooh, it's only $7 for this large thin crust pizza.
Right.
But then you have to drive to go get it.
Yep.
You drive home.
Yep.
Then you have to turn on your gas oven.
In the summer.
And then you have to wait another 25 minutes to eat it.
I want my pizza now. And was Murphy in that scenario born in America and Americanized where he had no accent?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Doing the Italian accent is great because all you have to do is put an A at the end of everything. You like the pizza?
A?
You like the pizza? A? They're almost Canadian in nature.
Ugh.
Okay, so...
Did you watch that new Adam Sandler movie with Jennifer Aniston?
No.
Don't.
Is it no good?
No good. Netflix said it was like the most watched Netflix show ever. And like
I believe it. I believe it. Everyone has access to Netflix. They don't have to go anywhere. They don't have to pay anything. It's already coming out of their accounts, and you can just flip on a movie with funny men, Adam Sandler right next to one of the most beautiful women in the world, Jennifer Aniston.
She's holding up pretty well, but I'd like to do.
I think she just turned 50.
I would like to see what she looks like when she wakes up in the morning without all the makeup on. That's the true.
She's a
test.
beautiful woman, but you have these two people together, easy access. Of course, everyone's going to hit play on that movie.
Sure.
I can't remember. What's it called? Like a night to remember, or was it Titanic?
A mystery story or mystery
Town, Mystery Men,
Mystery Science Theater.
3,000.
$2.99.
You watching Pluto TV? Did we talk about this?
No, I have not watched any Pluto TV.
But I've talked to you about it.
Yeah, I see the icon on my phone
Watch it.
on my TV.
Watch it.
Does it cost anything?
No, you don't have to create an account or anything. You just turn it on, and there's this TV. Okay. This is what I like about it. When I go to Netflix, right? I'm clicking around on Netflix for like a half hour. What do I want to watch? What do I want to watch? And honestly, the thing I want to watch is only the thing that's going to be in the background while I'm doing something else.
Sure.
Pluto TV takes that away from you. It's funny because it's like retro television where you're going back to watching live TV that has commercials, but it's very specific and it's free. So like there is a channel that is only Mystery Science Theater.
Oh, okay.
And there's a channel that is only videos of cats doing things yeah.
I want to write that down. What is that?
It's called Cats.
No, the name of the app is
Pluto TV.
Pluto TV, and then cats,
Cats, comma. There's a couple too many, but you'll find it.
Okay.
Yes, it's a fantastic app. I would definitely suggest it. It's so good, in fact, that soon it will change because of its popularity and either go away entirely or cost money, but enjoy it while you can.
Very frugal. Thank you for the tip.
Do we have any... I'm king of frugal. Do you have any fan feedback?
Sure, we got two fan feedbacks. One is Dee Dee, who she has been in and out of the hospital again recently.
Really?
She's doing better.
Okay, great.
She has some asthma issues and stuff. But she says, you need to stop yelling.
And she's talking to you.
No, she said Jason needs to stop yelling.
And why would I ever in my life stop yelling? You know what? I found that it's a freedom for me. It's a chance for me to have a release. I feel great since I've started screaming.
Sure. Well, it says here, and Jason is screaming too much.
But is there any other explanation? Does it bother her? Has it activated her asthma?
I do believe that it does hurt her ears when she's listening while she's working.
Ear, nose, and throat. It's all connected. Okay.
Yep.
Well, I would love to tell you that I'm going to stop, but I definitely will not.
You can't stop. And you know what I've been doing a lot lately?
Screaming, probably.
No.
Nope.
Listening to Taylor Swift. I am on a Taylor Swift kick like
yeah,
nobody's
why would
business.
you do that?
I don't know. Players gonna hate, I guess.
That's a Taylor Swift song. When did she stop becoming country and start becoming whatever she is now?
Oh, because what I do is I go to the Taylor Swift playlist on Spotify.
All right.
And I just push play.
Yeah.
So they're all out of
It's
order.
all jumbled. Let me ask you this: was her father like a rich shipping magnate?
I think it was her grandfather, Swift Shipping.
Okay.
God damn it. Shipping.
Shit sipping.
Ship shipping.
So she's like, so she had a ton of money,
And they gave that money to the record labels.
Yes, they pretty much paid her way into the thing.
Right.
If you were an artist and that's how you became popular, would you care, or would you be like, maybe is taking something away from it? Because just think about the experiences and the life that she's had. It's
sure. She has 4 houses.
Think of all the different like celebrity boyfriends she's had. That could be you, but
she
with
shakes them off
girlfriends.
though.
Does she shake them off?
They're never getting back together ever.
Well,
ever.
Every boyfriend is an opportunity for at least a couple hit songs, right?
Sure. Oh yeah, definitely. No, I went online and saw all 4 of her houses. She has beautiful homes. She has 2 in Beverly Hills.
Do you think one of my house would fit in one of her bathrooms?
Probably.
All right.
She has 1 in Nashville, and then she has her big one in Rhode Island.
The big one, huh?
Mm-hmm. So I'm planning on going to see her sometime soon.
Like just to walk outside her house?
I'm just going to go straight into the house.
You're going to go inside Taylor Swift's home? I don't see that ending well.
Okay, well,
why don't you make sure I get a copy of your invitation to the class reunion? Because surely if you do that before then, there's not a chance.
Oh, I'm not doing it before. I don't have time. I got to get my swimming trunks pressed, and I got to get some deodorant.
You don't have any deodorant? What's our next fan feedback?
Oh, it's more of a shout out. Chris Tuckley added to his monthly Patreon donation.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Chris Tuckley, thank you. You surely are a man among men.
He is rolling in it, obviously. He went from $1.50 to $2.
Well, this is what I think he does, because he's involved with like all these
Satanism.
He's involved with Satan.
Oh, Satan directly, not just Satanism.
Right. But he's also like he reads all these medieval books. He's probably stealing a lot of like doubloons. So he gets all these old coins and treasures from medieval times, and he converts that into goods and services rendered, a la our frequent flyer system.
Do you think he's seen that, like that lady that has the trained rats that are at medieval times? Do you think he's seen that show?
What? There's a woman who has trained rats at medieval time?
Yeah, everybody always talks about that.
I've never heard of that in my life. I've heard of a rat king. Have you ever heard of a rat king?
No.
That's where a bunch of rats, they just all like nest and live together to where like they chew on each other and they get tangled up into like a giant mess, and they're like their tails are all bloody and scabbed and healed together where they're just a big knot of a living creature. It's called a rat king.
Nice. High five that shit.
I'll high five it. All right, I'll have to go to medieval times. You want to go with me?
It already happened.
Wait, it's over? Medieval times is over? Did you know I have a daughter?
Yes, you have a young daughter. She's a very wonderful daughter.
What about her brother? Did you know she's got a brother?
I do know she has a brother. You spend a lot of time with him, even though you're not responsible for him. You do still spend some time with him, and you try to guide him in the ways of manhood.
This little son of a bitch is going to be 21 in a couple of days.
21.
I'm going to call him. I've never called him before. I'm going to call him.
What's his name?
His name is Antonio.
Banderas.
Well, he is half Mexican.
But
when he was young, he had such wild hair that they nicknamed him Ace, like so much Ventura. So we call him Ace. So let me get him on the phone real quick. Cause I want to see about drinking when you turn 21. Let's see if he even answers the phone. I know he's got a job.
Does he know your number?
Of course he knows my number. He's probably not going to answer. This is kind of upsetting.
Why, hello there, sir.
Ace, this is Jason. What are you doing?
I'm in Bloomington.
What are you doing over there?
Just, hanging out.
Nice.
Cruising around, going to the mall.
I'm recording my podcast right now, and you're on it. Is that okay?
Yeah, of course.
I just, you work at the Dragon Walk, is that right?
Yeah, I do.
I just had that the other day. I had a banh mi sandwich and some crispy fried rice. It was pretty
A
good.
balmy sandwich?
Well,
Is that like a little moist?
How do you say it? Banh mi?
You say bun mi, like a bun, and then me.
Bun mi. Okay.
Bun mi, yeah. It's a French bread with a nice pate spread on there.
It's really good.
Pickled carrots and daikon radish with your choice of meat. It's really, really good. I like the pork one the best.
Oh, Lorelai and I had the beef. It was pretty good. We had like a tendon in there or something, but it was good. Hey, I wanted to ask you, your birthday's coming up in a couple days.
Yeah, the 10th.
What are you gonna do about that?
I'm not sure. I'm going out with my best friend who happens to have the same birthday as me.
Is your best friend turning 21 that day?
Yeah.
Holy,
we have the same birthday.
So the
yeah.
exact same day in the same year.
Yeah.
Holy crow! So Wednesday you guys are going out?
Yeah.
And what are you guys gonna do?
His mom's taking us out to Club Cabaret.
Wow. So your friend who was born the exact same day as you, his mom is taking you to Club Cabaret.
Yes.
Boy,
I want to go.
I don't know that I do want to be there when he goes there, but I can surely tip my hat to him. This is what I think. When I was a young man, you think strip clubs are like extravagant and fancy. You are about to be hit hard with a lesson, sir. This is not. You may be disappointed when you go there, but I'm sure. But here's the thing about strip clubs or bars in general: they generate stories. So
Content.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, or as we call it here in the podcasting world, content. So, so what's is she dropping you off there? Is she a member? Is she taking you inside? What does that look like?
I'm not 100% sure. I think she's actually gonna chill with us, and that's. I'm not a big person that goes to like. I was never like a person who like wanted to go to a strip club, but it's free, and so
for his birthday,
I'm
it's
just
probably
gonna,
free.
yeah.
Okay, so I've been to a handful of strip clubs in my day, Ace, and you know what? None of them. It doesn't do anything for me. I don't walk out of there with a boner or anything. It's like casinos. Like I don't care about gambling at all. Like,
I have a tip.
Oh, Blake has a tip for you.
They will act like they love you, but they really just want your money.
Oh, did you hear that?
That's hilarious. I bet so.
Yeah. So keep all of that in mind. Have a good time. Are you? So I imagine you'll be having some drinks there too.
I may have a couple drinks. Yeah.
All right. Don't mess with me. I know you've had drinks before. What's your drink of choice?
My drink of choice is probably Crown.
Yeah.
Straight.
You know what's funny is Yeah, the kid's not messing around.
Jesus Christ.
Well, this is funny because like he used to hang out in my mom's basement sometimes with my stepbrother, who's a little younger than him actually. And we went down there one time and we found an empty Crown bottle. So, dumbass, what are you leaving empty bottles of booze down there for?
Dude, I totally forgot. Him and I we had a ton of alcohol hidden in the attic, and we go back there one day and it's all gone.
Oh, so someone found it and got rid of it?
I think so. We're hoping it's Kevin. We haven't. No one has said anything. So
Where did you guys get all this booze? Was this from Alan?
A little bit's from Alan, and then a little bit's from some people that I know.
Well, I'm not going to bust you out, but and at the same time, I don't know these people either.
Like Casey and stuff.
What's Casey's social security number? No. Well, you talk to Alan anymore?
I haven't seen Alan or talked to him in years. I don't even think Zach has either.
All right, it's probably for the best. Okay, well, please let me know. I'd love to take you out for your birthday, whether it is going to a bar or just go. Last year we went out to Osaka. Oh, no, we went to Flat Top and we went to, I think, Ant-Man and the Wasp, right?
Yeah.
I love that movie. That was actually a lot of fun. If you want to do something like that, please let me know. I would love to take you out and have fun with you now that you're 21.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, cool. I just want to give you a call real quick. It's an important milestone birthday for you. And I just want to say hey, and I'm aware. I know when your birthday is. It's on my calendar.
Yeah, of course. I love hearing from you.
All right, buddy. I love you, and I will talk to you real soon.
I'll talk to you later.
See you
Bye.
then. Bye.
Oh, yeah. I know she didn't say I love you too. That nothing makes me more mad than when you put yourself out there and say I love you to somebody and they don't say it back. My mom doesn't do it either.
I don't know if he has ever told me that he loves me. I understand what you're saying completely.
You're doing it because that's just the way you are. You don't expect anything back. You give and you don't expect anything back. You'll take it if it gets brought back.
Oh, I'll take it.
You know, apple pie moonshine, bring it back, but you don't expect it.
Yeah, his dad left him when he was 1, and I met him right after he turned 4, and I've been kind of a pretty good part of his life since then. So I'm excited. It's bizarre to think that the boy I met right after he turned 4,
right? Yeah.
And I had all these like wrestling action figures, and I remember like giving all these things to him, and now that same kid will be 21. So
ask for the things back now.
I will ask for those action figures back for sure. Or I will kill myself because of advanced age. Hello? It's weird to think, right?
It's just weird. It just caught me off guard with you were the one talking about dying.
Well, how old's your oldest son? He's going to be 21.
He'll be 22 in November.
Unreal. Isn't it unreal to think that? Unreal. Good Lord. All right, so today we discuss the pilot episode of Madam Sin from the year of our Lord 1900 at only 72. Great year.
Great year. I was -3, so it was not a good year for the Roses, but it was. So I think my brother was born in 73. So,
well, let's talk about that because I was -9. And good year for the Roses means it was a year when you had sexual intercourse.
Sure.
But do we know what happened before we were born? Do you remember that? Is it fair to say that you weren't sexually active before you were born? We don't know.
I don't know. I just don't remember it. So I'm assuming it didn't happen or it wasn't worth remembering.
So err on the side of not.
Sure, yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
All right. I'm not a sicko.
Well, I mean, you're kind of a sicko, right?
I am. I'm very much a sicko.
1972. You don't remember it. You weren't there. Oh, my God, I wasn't there.
Yeah.
But we have to go back there.
In our minds.
And to do so, we talk about things that happened that year, right?
Right. Some things we need to think about as we go back to 1972. We can't judge this pilot on today's standards. It just cannot be done.
No, it wouldn't be fair to the pilot. All the advances in technology, all the like the pictures are so crystal clear anymore.
Yeah, HD, 4D, 4HD,
LED, ultra LED,
curved screens.
Oh, I'd love my screens to be so curved.
I saw one of those one time at the store. I was like, wow, let's see what's this cool about this.
I saw a curved screen. I was like, what the fuck? And now they don't even sell them. I don't think anymore. It was a fad, like 3D. It didn't work
out. But back in 1972, of course, we weren't on this earth yet, but I know for a fact that there was no Courtney Cox.
Yeah, that's true.
There was no Band-Aids.
Right.
I don't even think that they had moonshine back then.
I can't speak to that.
Sure, I don't think so.
But you might know. Yeah, I tip my hat and I bow to you.
And back then, they're thinking, ooh, thank you. There was also, unfortunately, there wasn't any. Well, fortunately, there wasn't any of this at the time, but there was no Bohemian Rhapsody.
The film and or the song.
Sure, right.
Very good. So let's talk about some things that did happen. July 1st, the first Gay Pride March in England takes place.
We just had Gay Pride not too long ago.
The whole month is dedicated.
And then the last day is like Gay Pride Day.
What do you think about Gay Pride parades? Have you ever been to one?
I've never been to one.
You ever think, boy, I would love to go to one and have that experience?
I would not be opposed to supporting and going.
What do you think about like all the so like you don't want to go to a white pride parade, right?
Sure, you
like
don't
that
know.
has such negative connotations, but there are things like black pride parades
Or like Mexican Pride Parade.
Do you think it's ridiculous to celebrate the thing that you are?
I think there are a lot of times that is kind of like you're like okay, but I think with Gay Pride with the LGBTQRS LMNOP
QR,
I think that they are deserving of it.
Okay. So. I was in Chicago last year, and I was in the Pilsen neighborhood, which is predominantly Mexican, and they had like a Mexican...
A Quinceanero.
They had a Quinceanero. It was fantastic. You should have been there for the Quinceanero.
What's it called?
Well, quinceañera.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, quinceanera.
That's when a lady turns 15. It's like the Mexican bar mitzvah is what it is. But I was there when they had, they said, get your car off the street because they're having a parade there is for Mexican independence. That I get. But if you just have a parade to celebrate that you're a Mexican fella, who gives? You didn't do anything.
We don't have a podcasters parade.
Oh my God, wouldn't that be great? Microphones everywhere and no audience.
You're just going down an empty street. Everybody just keeps talking.
Oh, kind of in the same vein as this, have you heard of Afro Fest?
No.
Okay, so it's like
Is Afro Man there?
I've seen Afro Man, and I don't believe he is. It's some like Afro Fest where they're it's got some heat online. It's some sort of music festival where they said, hey, if you're a person of color, it's $10 to get in. If you're not a person of color, it's $20 to get in. They're basing the prices off of the color of your skin. That is racism, right?
Yeah, that's racism.
That's a version of racism.
Sure.
I thought I'd bring that up. July 15th, Honky Chateau becomes Elton John's first #1 album in the U.S., includes the hit Rocket Man.
I have been listening to a lot of Elton John lately, too.
Because of that film.
I haven't seen Rocket Man, but I've just been listening because at work we listen to Spotify a lot, and we kind of run out of people to listen to.
Okay. So you listen, you don't have headphones in. The whole office is listening to the same thing?
Yeah, I have a Bluetooth.
You only got a handful, like a couple people in the office, right?
It's 2 other women.
Yeah.
They're older.
Yeah. So what do you think about Elton John?
It's fine.
What does Honky Chateau mean?
Well, I mean, if you want me to get into it,
I would love for you to get into it.
So the Honky Chateau, all right, is down in Texas. Okay,
it's a real place that you're aware of
in Lukenbach, Texas, and it's basically, like the Bunny Ranch. It's like that, but in Texas.
Hold on a second.
The Honky Chateau.
You're telling me that this is an actual place? It's a brothel of sorts.
Yeah, in Lukenbach, Texas, and it's for the LGBTQRS community.
I had no idea.
Well, hey, you're not the only one with interesting facts, buddy.
Hey, the more you know. July 21st in New York, 57 murders occur in 24 hours.
What year was that? 1972.
Yeah.
What? Is it because of the heat, probably, right?
The heat, yeah. Well, I think they count weather as murder. Like if weather murders someone, it's counted, or kills someone, it's counted as murder.
But this is also a time in our country that serial killers were very rampant because there wasn't good communication between law enforcement.
Easy to just run around. If you killed even today to a degree. If you're just out there killing random people, you're probably going to be able to kill a handful of people.
Sure, yeah, you're definitely
without being caught.
Yeah,
because what they say is like, this guy died. Who does this guy know? All the people that he knows, we need to look at that. But if you're just killing random people, they can't connect you to anything,
right? Unless you do something stupid,
like what? Like take a picture, like a selfie with the dead body.
Yeah, exactly. Or Facebook Live it.
Yeah.
And I don't like I have no interest in hearing about people that shoot up a bunch of people at one time. I will listen to on true crime podcasts and stuff. These guys that pick off people over a period of time, different people. You know what I mean?
So you're telling me what kind of murderer you like?
That I find interesting.
Okay.
I don't find mass shootings interesting at all. I don't find it. There's nothing to that.
Fish in a barrel.
Yeah, exactly. I want if you're as smart as you think you are,
right?
How do you pick off these people over a long period of time and then not get caught for 20 years?
You're talking about your John Wayne Gacy's, right?
Sure.
You're talking about your Son of Sam.
The Golden Gate Bridge Killer.
Who was that? Was he just pushing people off the bridge?
I don't know. He 30 years ago, he was killing people and then he got away with it. And 30 years later, somehow they get his DNA off an envelope he licked.
Well, how did they? What was
some kind of tip or something?
But what was what did the Golden Gate have to do with it?
It was in Golden Gate, where that's at.
San Francisco.
Yep, San Francisco.
So it was just he was in the vicinity of the bridge. The bridge actually had nothing to do with it.
Right.
It wasn't like an accomplice or anything. No. Okay. Fair enough. What kind of people would you murder if you were a mass murderer?
wouldn't be a mass murderer. I would be a serial killer.
What kind of people? Just people who pissed you off?
I would make sure that the people that I'm killing kind of deserve it, like shitty people. Like I'm not just going to go take some 13-year-old girl off the street, rape her and kill her and bury her. You know what I mean? Or kill my own kids or anything like that.
Sure.
I'm going to like be a vigilante. You know what I mean? Like kill people that deserve to be killed.
Oh, like the Punisher.
Yeah, like Kevin Hart would be one of them that I would kill.
Oh, I thought you meant Kevin Hart was an example who was killing people.
No, it's the people that I would kill.
Okay. So, why would you kill him?
He's not funny.
Okay, so kill anyone who presents themselves as funny but is not funny.
Right. I mean, come on. No, but just like people that are like just kind of shitty people. You know what I mean? Just like shitty people.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Hey, I'd love to kill some shitty people, but I'd also love to know why we chose to watch this pilot.
3 simple criteria.
Count them down.
1, it was on the internet and we could find it. It's called being accessible. Number 2, it was free because we ain't got no money because our petty cash is going to be low. And number 3, there's only one done. Whether it aired or not is irrelevant. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Good job.
Thank you.
So where can you find the
Kind
entire...
of getting good at this.
Yeah, you're nailing it, pal. You can find the entire episode of Madam Sin by subscribing to Couch Pilots in SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or your favorite podcast app of choice, and then simply click on one of our classically blue links in our show notes, or go to YouTube.
And you know what to do, Tube.
Flight attendants, prepare for takeoff, please.
Well, there's DSJ.
Hey, buddy.
Looks like he's attaching some sopping wet... Oh, that's... Okay, great.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, he listens live, and so he heard you say you wanted to get that stuff out, so he got it out, and we're
That's
ready to
fine.
go.
That's
You
fine.
know what? I'd rather him be on top of things than on the bottom of things.
I agree. And just for the uninitiated, DSJ stands for Down Syndrome John. He's our tarmac worker.
Been with us for years.
Yeah, since almost the beginning. And right now he's taking the lead on this washer debacle.
Yeah, for sure.
So good kudos to him. He's
Hopefully
doing his
Friday
best.
Hopefully Friday he won't have to go to the laundromat because the stewardess had to go to the laundromat this weekend and she was not happy.
I don't like that either. Summary of the pilot: a CIA agent is used as a pawn in an insane woman's plan to steal a Polaris submarine.
How do you define insane? I don't think she was insane.
Huge eyelids.
Yep, A+.
Oh, nailed it. That summary owes me a debt of gratitude. I just got it in A+. Yeah, interesting facts.
Ladies and gentlemen, please take a step back and prepare for interesting facts.
You don't know what hard times are, Daddy.
You don't know. These are facts that Jason has scoured the internet found about this pilot that you may not have known. Please don't comment on these facts. Keep them to yourselves. Don't talk to your wife, your girlfriend, your sister, your brother, your ex-baby mama's son. Don't talk to anybody about this.
It's like spoilers, right?
Sure.
Like Stranger Things season 3 just came out. Like I've seen the first episode and I plan to watch the rest, but I don't want to know what happens. Don't spoil it for me. Don't take someone else's experience. What's that?
Did you say taint?
Motherfucker, you know I said tank.
Hell yeah, taint that shit up.
Awesome.
Hey, Ted ain't a bad joke.
Hey, thanks. I bow to you. Madam Sin is a 1972 British thriller film directed by David Green and starring Bette Davis, Robert Wagner, Denholm Elliott, and Gordon Jackson. The screenplay was written by David Green and Barry Oringer. Fact.
Or ring or fact?
Oringer fact. With a career spanning 60 years, Bette Davis is regarded as one of the greatest actresses in Hollywood history, known most for her roles in All About Eve and Whatever Happened to Baby Jane. Fact.
I don't think I've ever seen a movie with her in it. Like, I know who she is,
Yeah.
but now I have.
Who's that lady we had a few weeks back?
William Elliott Whitmore.
I don't know that that's right.
Okay, go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, it's
I was trying to finish your
sandwiches. Yeah, don't interrupt me. There's a lady who was like playing two roles, right? Remember that?
Oh, Ginger
Ginger Rogers. It's kind of like that. Like, I've heard the name Ginger Rogers. I don't know what she does. I don't know what she's been in. Betty Davis, of course, I've heard that. She's got Betty Davis eyes. But what has she done? What has she been in? I don't know.
Right.
I haven't seen what she's been in. She was a star in the 40s, 50s, and 60s. Come on now.
Yeah.
The film was originally a pilot for a weekly ABC series that failed to make the network's schedule. It was broadcast in the United States on January 15th, 1972, and then released in other markets as a featured film.
Okay.
Fact.
I mean, what are you going to say? There's nothing. You could say something.
It's a fool's errand to dispute a fact, right?
Don't be a fool, Aaron.
Don't be a fool.
I hope we have a listener named Aaron, because that'd be pretty awesome.
That'd be so bad.
It's like
high five that shit.
They're like, oh my God, I got a shout out.
Hell yeah.
Shout out to you, Aaron.
You owe us some Patreon. Exteriors were filmed on location at Ascot, Berkshire, Mull Argyll in Scotland, and Piccadilly in London. Interiors were shot at the Pinewood Studios in Buckinghamshire.
Chris Tuckley's probably been in all those places, right?
He's got a huge erection right now. He loves all those English words. Nothing is more English than the word Buckinghamshire.
Right. It's like Worcestershire sauce and Buckingham Palace combined.
Ooh, I'll take two.
I'll call you in the morning.
Twitter responses.
Twitter responses. I wonder if we've got some Twitter responses.
1972.
Columbus sailed the ocean blue.
We definitely don't. We don't have any.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
no?
But we do have a sponsor for tonight. I know you love sponsors.
One-time television author, Hank Williams' greatest hits.
Hey, good looking. What you got cooking?
14 greatest hits of the original king of country music. Songs like Why Don't You Love Me or Your Cheatin' Heart.
Your cheating heart will tell on me.
There's You Win Again and the classic I Can't Help It.
I can't help it if I'm still in love with you.
Every song's a hit.
Hey, shut your mouth.
Every lyric a legend. No musical library is complete without it. Hank Williams' 14 greatest hits on one LP, 8-track or cassette, including
Take these chains from my heart and set me free.
Here's how to place your order now.
Call 1-800-458-4700 or save COD charges by using your credit card or send $9.98 for the LP, $11.98 for 8-track or cassette, plus $2 postage and handling to Hank Williams, Box 27, Springfield, Missouri.
Nice. You know what? I take back what I said a couple weeks ago.
About what?
About how I don't like that segment. You just made it worth it.
Well, I'm trying to make it worth it. I hope you like it. Do you think we should call that number real quick?
Sure, if you haven't.
Yeah,
let's
all
call
right.
it.
Yeah, let's see. Because, honestly, you hear, I'm not a country music aficionado, but I hear songs like that, and I recognize all those. Wouldn't I love to have that entire collection in the palm of my hands?
For only $7.99 for the LP.
Yes. So let me see here.
Beep, boop, 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 beep.
Let's see.
Hello. Please listen carefully as our menu options may have changed. Congratulations. You've been selected for a $100 Walmart gift card. In order to process your Walmart gift, we will need to transfer you to a live representative. Press 1 now to be connected.
I want a gift card. Hello? I think we're put on hold here. Hello? I think I put on hold again.
I think they were trying to take your identity by tracking your phone.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah.
Well,
if you murder somebody, the first thing you do is get rid of your phone.
Yeah, because it tracks where
They ping you. It pings you all the time.
Do you think they're pinging me right now?
They're pinging the hell out of you.
Hello? Are you pinging me? You can hear it, right?
Yeah, I can hear them. And they're pinging. I hear pinging.
Sir or Madam Sin, can you hear me? I want that gift card. I'm disconnecting the call if you don't answer.
Hello?
Hello?
Thank you for holding the line. My name is Jordan Parker. How may I assist you?
Yes, I was just watching Pluto TV, and a commercial came on for Hank Williams' greatest hits. I think it was 14 classic songs. Can I order that through you?
Correct. The number that you have dialed, that is correct number.
Thank you very
today
much.
You are for inconvenience today, you are going to receive a $100 shopping gift card.
That's wonderful. And now, can I put that towards the cost of the album for Hank Williams?
Correct, sir. So congratulations, sir. You are going to receive a $100 shopping gift card.
Perfect.
And you can... Hello?
Yes, I'm here. I'm ready for the gift card.
Okay. This gift card, you can use it at Walmart, Rite Aid, Target, anywhere you can use it. And to get the card, the best part is there are no catch, no strings attached. You're under no any obligation.
That's perfect.
Because you're not buying anything, you're not signing anything. I'm sorry?
I was going to ask about strings attached. You said there are no strings attached?
That is correct. The only thing what you are obligated to is you just need to manage a small one-time shipping and activation fee for the card, which is $4.95. So can you manage that? Will that be okay for you?
That seems like a small price to pay for $100. What is Rite Aid?
What?
Correct.
I'm sorry?
Yes, sir. Right. That's Rite Aid.
Which card do you hold? You can use it at Rite Aid as well.
Yes, thank you very much. Well, I don't have one of those here. What is a Rite Aid?
So you don't have any debit card, any credit card, any charge card with you?
Thank you. Yes.
Which one do you have?
I have a Diners Club card. Does that work?
Does that card has a logo of a Visa or a Master on it?
It does not.
Then I cannot help you. You need to use any Visa or any MasterCard.
Okay, well, that sounds like a great deal. Can I give you a call right back? I'll talk to my mom. I think she's got one of those.
Okay, you can do that.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Or if you want, I can hold the line. Do you want me to hold the line for you?
I'm just going to call this number right back. I think she's getting back from McDonald's.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, sir. Why is every Indian guy trying to scam me?
Right.
Every single Indian man, even at work, I go to work and they're trying to scam me.
Yeah, tighten it.
Oh, I think it's fine. Why is anytime I feel like I'm getting scammed on the phone, why is it always an Indian guy?
Because that's what they do. That's like African Americans are good athletes,
Yeah,
right?
right.
White people are good at fireworks, right? Indian people are good at scamming people.
Ah, man, it's funny you bring that up because
Mexican people are good at singing, and having habaneros.
What's that last word?
They have a consabo habanero.
What's the most exotic meat you would have?
A hotel steak.
Okay, that's pretty good.
You ever had a hotel steak?
Is it like a milk steak?
No, but we saw some. Me and Garrett saw some hotel steaks at Alwyn's, and I remember
At Alwyn's?
Yeah.
The butcher.
Yeah.
And they're called hotel snakes.
Snakes, hotel snakes.
Get myself a snake.
Whoa.
Oh shit!
Can't do it.
And I remember when I lived with Randy. After I got divorced from Jenny, every once in a while he would buy hotel steaks.
What does that mean?
They're just a big, huge, thick brick.
It's called a hotel
steak.
I've never heard of that.
You want to come over and have one time?
I would love to. I really appreciate the invite, actually.
Garrett made ribs again.
Oh, yeah?
4 hours this time.
Recently, I went to a place, and they had like cow head tacos. It's just like meat from the head.
No.
You wouldn't know that was actually really good. Something else they had at the same time on special, brain tacos. That's where I draw the line.
Yeah.
I'm not eating a fucking brain. No. But there's muscle in the face. I would eat that. It's fine. And it was good. It was actually really tasty. No. Brains, I'll pass.
Hard stop at brains.
Where does yours stop? Hot dog?
I will only eat a beef hot dog.
Oh, boy. I'll have two. All right. Let me go ahead and start the clock here. Let's break down the pilot for Madamson. And, I know you hate my guts, and that's fine. This was like an hour and a half pilot. This is a long fucking show.
Long duck dong.
So let's go ahead and start it out right now. Let's blast through this mohucka.
Geez. So there's this guy going through the streets of London. I'm assuming it's London because there are double decker buses.
That's
the only way I knew. At first, I put New York, and then I put New York streets, and then I crossed out and put London. But there's a guy walking real fast, and there's people following him.
It's Robert Wagner. You may know him from like the Austin Powers films. He's a big deal. He killed Natalie Wood.
Oh, really?
Yeah, him and Christopher Walken killed her on a boat.
No, I did not kill nobody on a boat.
Oh my God, Sandy! Not him.
That's Lee Trevino, the famous golfer.
This is from 1972. But this is a great quality version. Did you see?
Oh yeah, this
is. I mean, we have to give this its propers because we've seen some newer shit that's way worse. This is a great version of this film. If you have any inclination to watch it, click on that classically blue link. You'll be pleasantly surprised.
So they're chasing down this guy. You don't know who he is. They chase him down and they're like, "Hey, we'll give you $5,000. Oh, you're a retired agent of some kind.
Sure.
And my boss was going to give you $5,000 a week plus expenses if you'll come help her out." And he's like, "No, don't need it." And then here is where the pilot falls apart.
Right at the beginning here, it falls apart. Okay, I'm interested to hear what you got to say.
There are these sound waves all throughout this show, and they get very taxing. They're a very intricate part of the show and the story. They are a big deal, yeah. But they are unnerving.
Robert Wagner talks to this guy. He says, "No, I don't want any part of this. I'm going to turn the opposite direction and walk away." And as soon as he does, he's accosted by these two nuns who you ever see Men in Black? They got that weird little metal wand that erases your memory. That's what it looks like. They got this little weird metal wand, shoots out some sonic rays, and it kind of paralyzes him.
And he goes straight down.
Knocks him down.
And then the nun smoking a cigarette. I was like, that was like almost like perfect porn, right? A nun comes up to you in London.
Starts smoking cigarettes.
Top
comes off. But yeah, these are some cute nuns. But also, I don't think we ever see these nuns again. We never see.
No, they're henchmen. Henchmen are a dime a dozen.
So Robert Wagner, we find out his name is Anthony Lawrence. They take him to a field. They put him on a helicopter with some really weird looking guys.
Yeah,
there's a lot of weird looking dudes in this.
It's a lot of weird looking dudes, and there's a lot of helicopter scenes. This helicopter is very intricate.
Expensive show. And then you see the credits. It says Madam Sin, and it takes the credits are taken over some beautiful rolling green hills and mountainside. And it's obviously supposed to be shot from the helicopter's point of view.
Right. And the guy wakes up in a bed.
Mm-hmm. Stripped down.
And then you hear these fucking noises again. Yeah. It's driving me nuts already.
There's an Asian woman when he wakes up sitting on the windowsill, and she tells him he's on the island. And he's like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "There's only one island." And they're like, "Well, there's probably a lot of islands." But and I keep thinking at this point, this guy's so out of it. Robert Wagner's so out of it. Is this an illusion? I'm really questioning what's real in the beginning here.
And also, I knew it was real life because that Asian was not attractive. Of all the Asians they could have gotten for this, I got excited. I saw an Asian.
You love Asian ladies.
Because I saw her from a distance.
Right.
Got excited. Close up, not so much.
Not so good. That's fair. Well, he awakens again because he kind of gets knocked back out, and then he's been shaved and clothed in a suit. So he looks great. And then we find out Nico is the Asian lady. And then they make their way through this very groovy mansion, right?
Yeah, and I put Star Wars hallway, question mark.
Yeah, it's a very like
the Death Star, in a way.
There are parts that are very modern for the time in the 70s, looked very kind of mid-century, but then there's also some parts that look very like scientific and clinical, like a Star Wars, I guess you'd say. So, and he's going through the hallway with, what's that guy's name?
Yeah, I don't remember.
Malcolm, I think. So Malcolm's kind of taking...
I always remember his name when he stands in the middle. It's Betty Davis, Malcolm, and then...
When he's in the middle? Anthony Lawrence?
Anthony Lawrence.
Yeah. So he's taking him through this mansion, and they see some weirdo playing this large circular harp thing.
It was... This is weird, because I was like, I've never seen an instrument like that.
Me neither.
And even if somebody came up with that idea, that's is pretty cool. But then the guy playing it and the instrument
sound engineer or whatever,
just disappear.
They disappear. Like they twist a rod and it disappears. So it's like, what's that? What are you doing?
We've all twisted a rod once in a while.
I see what you're doing. Anyway, Betty Davis then appears as Madam Sin, and she begins to monologue about the effects of sound. And Robert Wagner, Anthony Lawrence, he's like, he knows who she is. She's she's almost kind of a mythical villain in the world.
She's like
El Chapo.
No, she's like you remember Mr. Gadget.
Inspector Gadget.
Yeah.
Dr. Claw.
Yeah, Dr. Claw.
I'll get you, Gadget.
Next time.
He's got that cat. You can never see Dr. Claw's face, though. You just see, like, his arm on a chair.
Petting the cat.
Yeah.
Gadget.
Anyway, so Anthony Lawrence is Robert Wagner, and the other guy is, I think his name is Malcolm DeVere or something.
So Betty Davis starts explaining all this scientific. She has all the best scientists in the world.
Yeah.
And they're all making experiments. And I was like, to me, it was kind of like a scientific Willy Wonka.
Absolutely. Yeah, she's letting them do whatever they want. She's taking these creative and intelligent people and saying, I'm going to fund
I'll throw money at you.
Absolutely. She spares no expense.
Do whatever you want with sound.
And some guy's making like a sonic gun. Some dude is working on like space stuff. And another guy is working on like a giant brain. And whatever he's doing on this giant brain model mimics what is being done to an actual person.
It all has little coordinates, like a grid on it. So,
and Madame Lawrence wants Lawrence to work for her. He says, I feel like a prisoner. And he says, well, you're only going to feel that way if that's how you want it to be. He's like, well, that's how it fucking is, you old bag.
Right, exactly.
And then there's like a sonic wall keeping him trapped, because later after his tour, they're like, hey, we can just go over here. And he tries to leave, but he can't, because there's like these sonic barriers he can't go through.
And they also kind of get the backstory of the Asian lady comes up, because the Asian girl is playing the piano all of a sudden. And they're like, oh, that's Mozart or something.
It reminded me of The Matrix. You ever see The Matrix? The Matrix, they say they implant information into someone's head, so it's like you instantly learn. And that's kind of what they're doing here with Nico, the Asian lady. She can automatically play the piano, and it kind of tells you what the technology can do, erasing memories, adding memories, putting in thoughts like Inception, teaching people things. What they're doing is truly revolutionary.
Sure, definitely.
Anyway, Nico is, they said she was saved by Madame Sin, so she kind of owes her life to her. So she's kind of this like living guinea pig.
Right.
Anyway.
And so Madame Sin wants to basically hijack a submarine because the starfish, which is also called a butthole, and the people that she's going to steal it for are giving her $1 billion. It's like the most state-of-the-art submarine ever.
Call it the Polaris, yeah, and to get
the starfish though, didn't they call it starfish?
I don't remember that. I remember calling Polaris, but you might be right.
I think it was starfish too.
They're like, they need Anthony Lawrence's help, so they show him this video of his like girlfriend or his wife like disappearing.
Yeah, and see, I didn't know, I didn't understand at the time that Barbara, that this video of Barbara was his girlfriend. I didn't catch that. I just knew. I thought it was somebody he knew.
Well, in the beginning, they kind of reference it or something, like she's been missing, and then they bring it back here. But let's skip ahead a little bit.
Sure.
What they want to do is get him to help steal this. So they have him get in contact with a captain who has influence over this submarine, and he kidnaps the captain willingly.
Very eccentric kidnapping plan.
Yeah, they take the captain who's got this very regimented schedule. They put him on a helicopter, take him to Madame Sin's place, brainwash him, and then put him back into place to where he will allow them to steal this submarine. So let's see.
It was kind of an easy kidnapping in a way, in my opinion. I mean, there was a lot of steps, but there was not a lot of resistance. No. Even like when he was getting out of the car when he thought he was going to the pub or something, and they just started dragging him through that field. He didn't like fight back at all.
Yeah. So once he drops off the captain and he goes back to get on the helicopter, they try to kill Anthony with the sonic gun, because this gun will like liquefy your brain or something. And so once that's done, Anthony shoots this guy out of a helicopter, which is an incredible shot.
With a pistol.
Yeah. And once that happens, the helicopter's like, all right, the guy who had the sonic gun's dead. Anthony's dead. We're going to go back and let Madame Sin know that Anthony's dead.
But Anthony's not dead, but he is now deaf.
Yes. And so he goes into town and he gets this guy to make a phone call for him. This is a weird scene.
Yeah, it was weird. Because like this guy was on holiday with his kids.
Yeah.
But he's talking to this guy, and he's talking loud, just like most deaf people do.
He's saying, call this number, ask for this like sergeant or general in the army, and tell him what's going on. I can't do it. I can't hear what he's saying, but I need you to talk to him. And so that guy does it like really reluctantly. He wants nothing to do with it. Anyway, so then Anthony like steals a boat. And he makes his way towards the submarine or towards these guys, and they try to shoot him down
with this huge submarine missile.
Yeah, they try to blow him out of the water.
And he's just in a little like paddle boat.
Oh, that's it.
We were doing good. We skipped over a lot of stuff, but
yeah. Okay. Well, let's wrap it up by saying that Madam Sin's plan was foiled, but at the end of it, they brainwashed Barbara to kill Anthony.
Right.
So the hero of the story, he accomplishes his goal essentially.
Thank you.
But he's murdered.
Yeah.
And I was like, there's got to, like, at the last second, I was holding out hope. I was like, he's going to be saved. He's going to be saved. He is not saved.
No, he's dead as a doornail. And the last thing you see is Madam Sin on a car phone that is just a rotary phone sitting in a car.
Yeah. And they go outside Buckingham Palace, and she's like,
I want that.
I want that.
Yeah.
She's basically saying, anything that I can think of or that I see, I can have it or I will take it. And with this kind of technology, she might be right.
Yeah, I hear you.
Please remain seated as we are now crossing a zone of turbulence.
Turbulence. Hour and a half, made-for-TV movie, to be a pilot. What was wrong with this film? And essentially, it was a film.
Sure.
And we've seen stuff like this where
Right.
it's a film to be a pilot. Why did this work?
I'm telling you, the first and foremost, and I've mentioned it already, but these high-pitched sounds, these wavelength sound, I understand it was a big part of the show, but they were so, it was like a theremin, right? A theremin?
A theremin, yeah.
It was like a theremin if it wasn't tuned. It was just horrible, and it hurt my ear because there's a lot of it. It's not just, here it happens once or twice during the show. It seems to be happening all the time.
I think you could probably, like, every 10 minutes or so, you're getting some of these sonic wave sounds.
It was kind of slow at times. And maybe, could we cut it maybe to 45 minutes?
Maybe. Hey, did the sound sound like this?
No, it sounded nothing like that.
No? Okay. I was trying to find some sonic wave sounds.
No, that's soothing. It's getting there now.
It's kind of like that, right?
Oh, yeah. But like on top of each other. Yeah, exactly. Nope. Not going to do it. I'll push the button myself. Not going to do it.
Can't do it.
Oh. I was doing my Ross Perot, Samuel L. Jackson.
Not going to do it.
Not going to do it.
Can't do it.
Hey-o. Why do you think it didn't work?
This is an expensive show.
Yeah. The helicopter budget alone was ridiculous.
I know the name Robert Wagner. I don't feel like he was a huge movie star. I feel like he was almost kind of like a B movie star. And Betty Davis at this point is well past her prime, but these are still notable people who probably got a nice little paycheck out of this. And there are you've got some stock footage, but you're out on actual boats.
Sure.
You're flying, getting these shots over countrysides. You got a lot of helicopters. You got these kind of extravagant interior sets. This is an expensive show. I think if you are going to make this going forward, it's an interesting approach because the hero is dead.
Right. Yeah. That's one of the things I wrote down. I was like, what? I didn't realize that Barbara. Oh wait, no, hold on. It says, since he died at the end, was he going to be on it anymore, or is it just going to be Betty Davis?
There's a couple things.
Because he's pretty expensive just to have him on for one episode.
Robert Wagner, totally. Actually, I was just watching on HBO is a show that lasted for 2 seasons with Danny McBride and Walter Goggins called Vice Principals. And in the first episode, they have Bill Murray. Expensive get, right?
Sure.
Big name, big deal. So maybe it was similar to that where they just wanted a big name for the pilot. Going forward, it's an interesting approach to say, this villain could be the main character.
Sure. I would see her being the main character.
Week after week, you're seeing this villain with maybe there's an arc of a couple episodes or an entire season worth of a plan, and maybe new heroes are trying to stop her, and one by one they're thwarted. Maybe they bring back Robert Wagner somehow. Maybe it didn't kill him. Maybe they change the end of this made-for-TV movie so Robert Wagner would die when it wasn't picked up.
Right.
Maybe he was meant to go on.
That's true.
I don't know. It's impossible to say, but I do like the idea. Like in the past 10, 15 years in well-written television, there is such thing as the anti-hero.
Right.
Your Tony Sopranos of the world, right? Your
Darth Vaders.
Your Darth Vaders, your Walter Whites. These are flawed human beings.
Fresh Prince.
Absolutely, the Fresh Prince.
Bill Cosby.
No, I don't think he had many flaws.
Oh.
But
he ate those hoagies and they were bad for him.
He did love huge sandwiches, didn't he?
Yeah.
But it would be an interesting approach to say, I am just rooting for this villain.
Right.
Or that is the main character.
Because she wasn't nasty or mean. I mean, she was very elegant. She wasn't...
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She wasn't, like, wanting to kill everybody.
She was ruthless.
Well...
But she didn't...
It was her style as a juvenile. She ran with a gang and banked in the meanwhile.
What is that?
Huh?
Is that LL Cool J?
Ruthless. My style. NWA.
NWA. My second or third guess.
Ice Cube, probably.
If I were to improve it, obviously you're not doing an hour and a half every week. This is a 45-minute drama action program. And if it survived, it would be cool and interesting, I think, to have a Hollywood legend like Betty Davis on your television week after week, being this villain, and maybe kind of seeing some exotic locations. But it would add up, wouldn't it?
Oh yeah, it definitely would.
And what if it survived? What do you think you'd like to see?
Well, I want to see her get Buckingham Palace and see how she does it. You know what I mean? How do you take over the Queen? No, I just like I said, a bunch of exotic locations and just the types of mischief she's going to get into.
Yeah, she's a force to be reckoned with for sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we start our descent, please make sure your seat backs and tray tables are in their full upright position.
Rotten Tomatoes or Tomato. There actually has a score here.
Oh wow, we haven't done a Rotten Tomatoes score in a long time.
I check every one,
sure,
but usually there's not. I know you cheat like it's your religion on the IMDb, but Rotten Tomatoes. What do you think? This is the audience score.
Audience score, I would say 68%.
10%.
Are you okay? All right.
Did you cheat on IMDb?
No, I didn't look at it.
What do you think it is?
6.8. Next week's a 6.5, by the way.
You bastard. Have you committed these to memory?
Huh?
It's a 6.8 from 742.
That's a lot of ratings.
Good guess, by the way.
Thanks.
Critic reviews. Time Out London says, lots of exotic sets and outlandish secret weapons. Just a pity it's all rather odd, old hat Bond stuff. Still, with Denholm Elliott giving sterling support as her psychopathic aide, Davis has a ball with some genuinely monstrous lines. So it's giving a little tip of the hat to classics like Denholm Elliott, the Malcolm gentleman, the older guy, and Davis, but saying it's kind of like James Bond, which I get.
Yeah, but I mean, isn't that kind of what... I mean, not only... There's other things James Bondish besides just James Bond.
High-stake espionage.
Sure.
Cool gadgets.
That kind
massive eyelids.
Sure. Like, during the Cold War, that was probably, like, kind of hip, cool things. You know, had spies. Like us.
Oh, I thought you were saying massive eyelids, but you're saying spies like us?
Yeah.
Well, how does that song go?
Oh, I don't remember. Spies like us. I don't know.
Do you ever see that movie, Spies Like Us?
Of course. Who hasn't seen
that? Who's that? It's Dan Aykroyd.
And Chevy Chase.
Is it good? It's not good, right?
No, it's very Chevy Chase and Dan Aykroyd-ish.
That sounds awful.
Yeah.
Viewer reviews. There's a lot of viewer reviews, so I want to read some of the headlines here. Fu Manchu with Betty Davis eyes. I think that speaks to what you're saying. 7 out of 10 scars. High camp. Accurate. 3 out of 10. Betty Davis is watching. Pretend you're busy. I'm not sure what that means. Maybe she's the boss and you gotta... 9 out of 10 scars. How to steal a starfish. So there you go. Someone mentioned starfish. I must have missed it.
It was part of the name of that submarine. Or they were just talking about anuses.
Oh, here's the clever one. 6 out of 10 scars. Betty Davis spies.
Ah.
You get it? Because
of her eyes.
Yeah,
and it's about spies like us.
I spy.
My spies.
5 out of 10 scars. Dr. Evil's mum.
Yeah, I like it.
If you say mum, you're usually a British guy or someone from the Northeast. 4 out of 10 scars. Not bad, but not good. Skip it in most cases. 6 out of 10 scars. This should have been a series. 6 out of 10 scars. I want you to help me hijack Polaris submarine. So they choose a line from the film as the subject for their review. Very good. Waylon Flowers gave the world a slightly more enjoyable Madam than Betty did. So was this remade? I don't know.
I would think you would have found that out during
I think
Interesting
so
Facts.
too. And there's a long review, so I won't read it. The biggest sin: having Betty Davis star in this otherwise cool film. I don't know.
I don't know about that one.
That's all I got here. That's fine. Let's.
It's kind of lukewarm water.
I would definitely say so. Let's you and I rate this fucker.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to FCF Airport. Local time is 11:11 and the temperature is 69 degrees. For your safety and comfort, please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the captains turn off the fasten seatbelt sign.
Let's rate this fucker.
Let's rate this. Is that what I said earlier?
Yeah, that was great. I love it. I'm gonna see if I can
capture that.
Isolate it.
Yeah, isolate that. Boy, oh boy. 1 out of 7. That's the score. 1 being the worst, it's Roy Biggins. And 7 being the best, it's Brian Hackett. And those are all characters taken from the television program accurately.
Can you run through it real quick, real
Sure,
fast?
Sure.
From the bottom to the top. We haven't done that in a long time.
Yeah, Wings is the name of the program. 1990s, we say what are all the characters, and we assign them a numerical system based on how good or bad this pilot is. 1 is the Roy Biggins, we mentioned. That's the worst score. Then you got a Faye Cochran as number 2. Number 3 is Antonio Scarpacci. Number 4 is Joe Hackett. Number 5 is friend of the show, Bud Bronsky. Number 6 is Helen Chappell. And number 7 is Brian Hackett. Now, some people are saying, what about Lowell Mather? Well, Lowell Mather had a place here until Bud Bronsky replaced him when Thomas Hayden Church left the program, and Brian Haley contacted the show, earning his and cementing his place as a number 5.
Sure, it was like a 2-page email.
I tell you what, if Thomas Hayden Church wants to be interviewed live on the program, we'll put him right back on there.
Right.
But until then, it's Brian Haley all day, every day. Captain Philip, rest assured, I turn to you. How do you rate Madam Sin?
I was angry when I hit the link and saw that it was an hour and 20 minutes. Mm-hmm. But you had pre-warned me. Mm-hmm. You had pre-warned me, so I knew it was there. It was just by the time I got the link and I had lost, I forgot about it. And I spoiler alert, I watched the second one first.
Out of frustration.
No. Yeah, out of frustration.
Sure.
But then I was like, I got to bite the bullet. I got to watch this. And me and Molly sat and we watched the whole thing. I didn't hate it. I didn't think Betty Davis was bad in it at all. I didn't think she's a fucking 50s actress. She's
she had like a 2-ton mega ass load of makeup on, didn't she?
And then she wore like a big huge turban on her head all the time.
Everything was weird
because she didn't have any hair, probably but very nice hair. The sounds, these wavelengths. I said it again. This brought the score down. The length of it, because it got low. I mean, we were going through it, but there was some lulling. There was a lulling.
It's hard not to have at least some lulls in 90 minutes.
Lowell Mathers.
I like that very much.
The sound effects were bad. Very painful to my sensitive earlobes. Barbara was pretty smoking hot.
At the end there, she was in like a bikini or something.
Oh, yeah.
She's a good-looking woman.
Yeah. I'm going to give it a 4, right down the middle.
Okay.
Yeah. I didn't want to be mean to it because I didn't hate it, but I also couldn't praise it too much.
It's hard to keep things in perspective when you're looking at something and saying, "Oh my god, I have to watch an hour and a half."
Right.
For this
But I went to 1972 in my mind, and so
honestly, it says a lot about you as being a mature adult to say that you can still give it a 4 despite the length.
Sure.
Because sometimes I feel it would be very easy.
Which is ironic because Molly gives me a 4 despite the length.
Oh, and you want to high five that?
It's more because of my participation.
He showed up, huh? All right. Hour and a half. It's a lot to digest. Sometimes things get kicked off as a movie. The Brady Bunch got kicked off as a movie. I can't remember what that was called. But there was a separate movie with separate actors. It wasn't even necessarily canon, but it was a film that acted as the beginning of a very successful show known as The Brady Bunch. I can't remember what it was called. Do you have any idea?
No. There was a second Wizard of Oz that was done.
Starring who?
It was just weird.
Different people?
Yeah, different. Yeah, I'll show it to you. It was like
when was
bought up by Disney.
80s or 90s?
80s probably.
It's got Fairuza Balk in it.
I don't know. It looks really spooky.
A weird young girl. Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
and
it's like Return to Oz.
Yeah.
I had not seen it, but it looks pretty freaky. I understand made-for-TV movies made into pilot. I cannot have a strike against this show for that. I think that, again, the idea of having a villain as your potential lead, unless things were dramatically changed at the end to compensate for not being picked up and just to have a wrap up for a film, which is still a bold choice to have your hero die at the end.
Sure.
I think John Wayne films did that as well. But that aside, an interesting premise, a lot of technology, exotic locations. You have a big name like Bette Davis. I didn't hate it. I'm going to give this a 5. I think there's some real potential and a good idea here, but there are lulls. You cut this down to 45 minutes. You pump out 15, 20 episodes a season. I think there could be some cool espionage stuff done here with this woman who has seemingly endless funds and resources at her behoovement.
Sure, and doesn't. I like that she didn't have a man, like she didn't have a husband or nothing. I like how she was an independent woman.
That older guy that was around, actually, he's probably about the same age as her. He answered to her. She was in charge. Yeah.
He must have been into feminizing.
Yeah, perhaps he was. You give it a 4. I give it a 5. And with that, we close the book on Madam Sin, and we will never speak of that show again.
Ever!
But join us next time, won't you please, when we watch the pilot episode of UBERMANSION. Here's a little something to wet your whistle. A group of superheroes live in a mansion where dealing with each other is more difficult than dealing with villains. You can find the entire episode of UBERMANSION by subscribing to Couch Pilots and SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or your favorite podcast app of choice, and then simply click on one of our classically blue links in our show notes, or go to the app or download the app for Daily Motion and check out Commotion.
Nice.
Did you download the app for Daily Motion?
No, it's never worked for me. I just clicked the link that you gave me, and it came right straight to it.
But you never tried to download the app, but you can't do it?
I can't do it. Can't do it. It doesn't.
Can't do it. Why not?
I just can't.
Can't do it.
Can't do it.
Oh, yeah.
I like that one. I
don't like that it has that thing at the end of it.
Hold on.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds like an orchestra swelling.
Right.
Too easy. Oh, my God. All right. If you want to contact us, you can go to couchpilotspodcast.com, right?
Yes, definitely. Couchpilotspodcast.com. You can get every single episode there. We want you to subscribe to us on iTunes, and but if you want to go check out the back catalog, you got to go to that Spotify or couchpilotspodcast.com to get all the episodes.
This is episode 190.
Really?
Yeah. Well, 190
Seems
episodes.
like only yesterday.
Seems like only yesterday we started.
Is that a Pearl Jam song?
No, that was a song done by the Fate Group on Saved by the Bell. Yeah. Friends Forever, I believe, was the name of the group.
Ah. Bros before hoes.
You like Pearl Jam?
No.
You gave me so much shit recently for that, and I played that Hank Williams thing just for you.
I know. It was nice of you.
Yeah. Call us at 910-PILOTS-1, 910-745-6871.
It's rusty. It's dusty. You guys, please give it a call. It's summertime. This is the best time to call.
Yeah, the living's easy. Please leave us a voicemail. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, we're at all those places. Follow us, like us. And, Twitter, if you go there and you follow us there, you'll be the first to see what we've got coming down the pike. We're a few weeks ahead of schedule, as we have been for years now. And if you see who I'm tweeting at, and the show that we're watching, you'll know before anyone else.
Yeah, it's like a little insider scoop.
Yeah, I gotta tell you,
and you tend to talk to people once. I do believe on Twitter you actually showed a picture of your inner sanctum on Twitter because a fan asked for it.
I think that was a direct message.
Nope. Oops.
No, that's okay. Chris Tuckley. We had mentioned previously on a show that I had purchased and mounted a couple of taxidermy ducks.
Cute girls. Oh, sorry.
Oh, man. No. And I put those on my wall in my bedroom. And Chris Tuckley was like, oh, my God almighty, I would love to see it. And God damn it if I didn't grant his request.
Yeah.
So he got to see that.
When you're a VIP like that, or when you're a frequent flyer, that's the kind of...
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Direct message us. I'll show you a picture of whatever you want to see.
Right.
Boy, oh, boy. I got to tell you, I wind it down here by saying, give me a positive... some sort of positive message.
Sure.
But I'm feeling kind of down in the dumps. I really thought you get that piece of paper, which I definitely have, and you get invited to your class reunion, and I didn't get the invite. Like I said, my address hasn't changed. I refuse to move.
Well, but I know how you are. Like a lot of times you get mail, you just kind of throw it on the counter, and it just mine came in a manila folder.
Okay, was it laminated?
Yeah, darn right it was. It had the envelope on top of it. It had the wax seal of Phoenix Online. I'm assuming you would have saw that.
That is something I don't feel like I would easily discover.
But what I'm thinking is that when we went to Phoenix Online College, you were kind of arrogant, and I think maybe you're cocky and kind of arrogant. I mean, I called it confidence. I'm not saying anything, but a lot of people said you were real cocky.
Do you think it
had
something to do with the class superlatives, where I made fun of everyone mercilessly?
Well, that and just the way you presented yourself during the online chats and online classes.
Remember when that guy's mom died, and I kept calling him a little
sissy boy?
Yeah.
Because he was crying and said, "I want my mommy." And you're like, "Hey, little sissy boy."
In retrospect, that may have not been the best course of action I could have taken.
But you were young. I mean, you were young,
dumb. It was
dumb.
about 6 years ago.
Well, I mean,
and I was young and dumb.
You've grown up a lot in 6 years. Mm-hmm. Personally, I hate to say it, but maybe the attitude and the cockiness is why Penelope didn't send you an invite. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not involved I'm not on the committee. I don't know.
Well, obviously it's coming up very soon, and I have a very short window to take care of this.
Right, because I intend to go.
I'm intending to go,
and I'm because we're flying there, so you have to get it up.
You'll have to do everything in the middle,
and then you'll have to get it back down in Vegas Airport.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, I'm in. I'm just a little distraught. Maybe you can at this point pick me up a little bit with a message of positivity.
A message of positivity. Mm-hmm. Be yourself. Find things that you enjoy. Be yourself. Don't be afraid to express yourself. As long as you're not hurting nobody.
I enjoyed making those class superlatives, but I did hurt.
I think you can let it go.
I hurt people.
You kind of sound like a big whiny bitch now.
Do I? Okay,
a little bit. It's like just send a fucking email to Penelope and quit going. I was just trying to be funny. I was just trying to be nice. I mean, you spent half the semester, half the last semester.
Yeah.
And you weren't even given one of those slips to fill it out, like for the yearbook.
Yeah.
You just went and just printed them.
No one asked me to do that.
No, you went and took pictures, selfies with each one of them.
Sure, yeah.
Well, on the screen, on the computer screen, the Skype picture.
Yep.
They're a little Skype thing, and then you need to take the selfie. But I feel like you just went out of your way to hurt people. And I personally, I didn't say anything because I was just trying to graduate, and we tag teamed every course.
Yeah, that's true.
And so
to become one.
Sure.
All right. Well, no offense, I don't really feel a lot better, but that's fine. I think it does help a little bit to talk through it.
Sure.
All right. So we'll I'll message her, and then we'll go to this class reunion and see how that goes, I guess. This pilot may have been rough, but it's always a smooth flight here on Couch Pilots, folks. Thanks, everyone, and we'll see you next time.
Me like you a little bit.
On behalf of Couch Pilots and the entire crew, we'd like to thank you for joining us on this trip, and we are looking forward to seeing you on board again in the near future. Have a nice day.